non-committal avoidant want to commit. This individual in the past may have been very focused on isolating themselves, protecting themselves, not giving anything away. This person, maybe through action or for some of you through word, made it be known that they didn't want a partnership. They didn't want a romantic relationship. They didn't want companionship. You know, they were very self-protective. They felt that anyone getting too close to them was too much of a risk. You know, I feel like this individual may have sabotaged the connection with you and maybe others in the past. They told themselves that it was better off this way. It was better to be alone. And because they told themselves that it was better to be alone, they had no qualms in making others feel alone. Especially if you started to get close to this individual, this person will shut down. They will ice you out. For some of you, unfortunately, trigger warning, they will ghost you. They will disappear. Because their emotions were scaring them. It made this individual feel to themselves that emotions represent weakness. And to give in to these weaknesses would mean that they will have to explore their feelings. And to explore their feelings would mean that they then become vulnerable. And then if they become vulnerable, there's a risk of getting hurt. There's a risk of being abandoned. And so what they done is they projected their fear onto you. And they felt quite guilty doing this. But at the same time, they didn't unpack why they felt guilty. They didn't feel comfortable with not returning the phone call, with not returning the text message, or not calling first, or not texting first. They did feel that it was best, because to feed into it would make their emotions grow stronger. And this person may have had you feeling like the situation was one-sided. You may have felt like it was all in your head. And that's what they had you believe in. Because in their view, it was safer that way. And because of this type of behavior, you were forced to grow. You were forced to remove yourself. But the more you try to remove yourself from this actual situation, the more this person lured you back into their uncertainty, into their insecurity, not being sure as to whether or not if they wanted something serious or not, but not willing to evolve, not willing to really take a look at the connection and honor it and admit to how they really feel. And you felt like the connection was too immature and you didn't want to be a part of it. So you evolved and left this person in the dust. And this person was going through a lot, but they didn't share it with you. You know, for some of you, they may have like an ex-partner, ex-spouse that was always lingering around, always, you know, draining their money. Knowingly that your person didn't want to get back with them, but they may have children with this individual, and this person used the children as a weakness. So they will continuously ask for things because they know your person's heart. And this is one of the reasons why your person was so closed off with you in the beginning, because they are so used to others needing and wanting them, to the point where they feel drained, to the point where they may have felt like, if I get into a connection, I won't have anything to give, because your person did not learn boundaries. And instead of having boundaries with those that took advantage of them, they had boundaries with you. They did not allow you to express who you truly are. They didn't allow you to showcase that you were safe to love. And I feel like this person's family played a huge part, whether knowingly or unknowingly, in the blockages in this actual connection. And for some of you, I also feel like this person may have grown up watching their mother and father argue, and it developed a wound within this person. They may have associated partnership with pain. For others of you, this individual was going to perhaps get married, but their dreams were dashed. You know, those dreams did not come into fruition, and this person was still holding some type of pain around that. A pain that they didn't express to anyone else, but they felt like the person that they wanted to settle down with, have children with, create a dream life with, was gone. And because they felt like that person held the key to their destiny, no one else would fill that spot. For others of you, I feel like they could have a mother figure that was very demanding. And because of this actual fact, this person was unable to see that they were being drained emotionally, entirely in some cases. And so they felt like, I have nothing to literally give. And they told themselves that they didn't need a partnership, when deep down what they actually wanted was companionship, was to be in an equal balance, give and take relationship. You know, they didn't feel valued in their situation. They felt depleted emotionally, financially. They didn't make time for themselves. They wasn't pouring into themselves. They were lacking self-love, lacking appreciation, and they were being manipulated. And this doesn't have to be a mother per se. It could be a mother. It could be a mother figure. Someone that was appearing like a mother. You know, it could have been a friend. But whoever this person was, they were stagnating this individual from what they really wanted. And the more your person was around these individuals, the more it blocked them off emotionally. Because it's like they just settled for what was before them. So when you came onto the scene, I should say, they didn't recognize you. They just thought this is another burden. You're not a burden, but this is what they thought, yeah? I can't give to this. I'm already giving to this one and that one, and, you know. And because you removed yourself from this actual situation, you showcase to this individual that you're not a burden. And you may have thought to yourself, okay, I see the setup here. It's clear that you have a lot on. Let me just excuse myself. And by you excusing yourself, you actually made this person realize a lot. You know, they had a aha moment. Okay, this person doesn't just want me for my money. This person doesn't just want me for my title. You know, you made this person realize that you actually wanted to connect with them and get to know the real them. Not for anything else. You have your own. And this person is so used to leeches, is what I'm hearing. So used to people draining on their energy, that they became very shocked when you weren't the same. To the point where they became very obsessed with you. This individual is used to people being obsessed with them. They became obsessed with you because you took yourself away. You realized that this person, not that they don't have anything to give, because you saw the potential, but you weren't relying on the potential. You may have thought, I ain't got time for this. You know, for some of you, I'm hearing next. For others of you, you decided to choose yourself. And because you chose yourself, That's when there became a shift. That's when this person became to awakening to the fact of, what have I been doing? What have I done? It's like this person was sleeping. This person was ignoring their spirit guides. And the thing is, their spirit guides brung you into their life for a reason, and they didn't get it. And I feel like this situation could have went another way. Had you had been very adamant and clingy and needy with this individual, this person would have put you in the same box as the rest. Because the rest, whoever these people are, this mother figure, this ex-spouse, this ex-partner, this mum, family members, whoever they are, they would have felt like you are just going to be another drainage. And they felt like they can stop this drainage by rejecting you. They thought they knew how the situation would play out. They thought they knew your type, is what I'm hearing. They may have felt like, oh, he or she is going to want money. He or she is materialistic. Not knowing that you have your own money, your own career, your own place, your own car. For some of you, you're business owners. This individual is used to people always wanting and needing something from them, to the point where it did not allow them to think about what they actually want and what they actually need. And you taught them about what they actually want and need, without even realizing. Just by you simply removing yourself and evolving and not staying in a cycle of will we, won't we. You chose yourself, and this person was shocked. Shocked and intrigued. And because of this, it made this person awaken to a side of themselves that they didn't feel was present. Through watching you and your evolution and your power, they started to think, hold on a minute. If they can choose themselves, then maybe I can. They saw you going out there in the world, creating magic for yourself. They heard of your stories, of what you've been through. They saw the warrior within you. People wanted to keep this person small and timid like a lamb. But they saw the lion or lioness within you. They saw the heart within you. And it made them tap into their power. It made them awaken, because whoever they were around was happy to keep this person asleep. Because of your confidence, this individual was forced to tap into their confidence. This individual wanted to match your energy. In the beginning, maybe you felt like you had to minimize yourself to get this person's attention. No. And it may have been painful to walk away from them, but you felt like, my life does not revolve around this person. I literally have my own goals and plans of what I want to achieve in my life. And this person viewed you as selfish. And this person viewed you as, you're like me. Wait for me. Your energy shifting made this person's energy shift. They started to tap into their spirituality, something that they didn't know existed, because whoever they were around stagnated this. This person was too drained at the end of the day to even connect to themselves. And this is the way these individuals wanted it. They were in an energy and in a cycle of ignoring their spirit guides. They yearned to be married, to find someone, to have happiness with them. But they were told a lie through others around them. and they fed into other people's dream. They weren't living their life for themselves. They were living their life for others. You going out there enjoying your life made this person feel as if you had forgotten them. This person wanted to play catch up with you. You disconnecting and pouring into yourself made you more value to this individual. This person saw how other people respected you, how attractive you are to others. This made this person fear. What if they date other people? What if all these fears creeping up? And then they try to suppress these fears. So what? So what if they date another person? So what? Okay, but if they date another person, what if that means I missed out on an opportunity? But if they date someone else, that's going to make me feel bad. Why is it going to make me feel bad? Because I have feelings for them. And admitting that they had feelings for you was very hard for this individual. It made them feel very miserable. Not because there's anything wrong with you. It was because this was the first time that they had to admit to themselves that they do actually want to be in a partnership. They told themselves for years, for months, for some of you, that it was wrong. And that's when the transformation began. This person is no longer who they used to be. People are seeing this person transform, and it's because of you. It's because of your self-love for yourself and your self-respect that has forced this individual to honor and respect you also. And it's made this person become very focused, obsessed with you for some of you, obsessed with not losing you. They're extremely attracted to you, something that they try to downplay for a long time. The feelings are potent, the connection's potent. And the thing is, you knew this all along, but you excused yourself. And it's like this person's getting all the emotions that you felt, and they feel like it's one-sided. They feel trapped in these emotions. They're trying to find clarity. What does this emotion mean? What does this connection mean? All it means is that you want the same things. That's all it means. But they went, you see how there's some staircases here that are going around and around and around and around? That's how they had you. And that's how they feel right now. Or that's how they felt in the past. And the light shining is clarity. The light shining is mentioning that this person has now admitted to themselves about wanting you, wanting this actual connection, not wanting to waste time anymore, cutting out things that clouded their mind, cutting out the outside noise. No, this person is letting go of certain ways of being that they know that was detrimental to them. Certain connections are going to be left behind for good. Maybe these connections ended during Scorpio season for some of you, or Libra season. Things that were blocking you and this actual connection, because there was a blockage. This person's growing into themselves. They're growing into their power. They're realizing that it's safe to love. They're not scared anymore. You know, they used to fret about being in a partnership. They see you clearly. At first, they thought you were just like the rest, or like someone from the past. And now they want victory and success with you. Now they want to be with you. They feel like you can be a power couple for some of you. They feel like you are their match. They see you going out there living your dreams. And they want to live their dreams also, separately, and then come together collectively. They feel like you can both be successful together. They feel like they took so long when what they always wanted, what they manifested, but they felt like they lost it, or they felt like they will never have it, has been staring at them all along. And they will be a fool to let the situation or you go. They're coming for you.